Hi guys, today with the Premier League kicking off on Saturday, I'm going to do my Premier League predictions. So let's get started. 20th, I put Watford. The reason why, yes, they do have some good players and they did well, by getting back into the Premier League at the first attempt. I just do not see enough take them up, and they haven't really did enough. Yes, they've got Saar, who I think would be good for them, and yes, they've signed Danny Rose, who will have some good experience, and Josh King getting the odd goal, but I just do not think Watford are good enough, and I think they'll go straight back down to the Championship. So yeah, then I've also put Norwich to go straight back down. The race, Michael, again, I just do not think they've strengthened enough, and losing Brenday will be a massive blow as well. Um, and Cantwell might go as well. I do like the sign of Billy Gilmore, and to be fair, I do think this year Norwich is in a better position to steer up than they were 2 years ago when they were in the Premier League, because the young players has a year more experience. I think defensively they're better, but I still do not think they'll have enough. And Norwich are just that yo-yo team where they're not good enough for the um Premier League, but are too good for the Championship if you like. So yeah, eating from where I got battered for this, but I went with Newcastle. The reason why is because I don't really stay both as a manager, really. I don't think he's good enough for Premier League, really. Although it does look like they're getting Willock, who was great for him last season, and I think it'll be good for them again. I just do not think they'll have enough as well. Wilson, who scored the goals, very injury prone. Maxman, who, to be fair, is their best player, is injury prone. And other than them two and Willock, I can't say where the goals are going to come from. So I think it's going to be a long, hard season for Newcastle. I wouldn't be surprised if they stayed up, but I think they'll go down. So yeah, 17th and just avoiding relegation by the skin of their teeth, I put Southampton. The reason why, because losing Danny in goals will be absolutely crippling for them. Really, their goals are, his goals are just about keeping them in the Premier League, in my opinion. I do like the sign of Adam Armstrong. I do think I wouldn't say that he's a replacement. I don't think he'd be as good as him, but I think it's a replacement and we'll get him goals. Chiam will get him goals. And I think people like James Ward-Prowse, Redmond will just about keep Southampton in the Premier League. So yeah, 16th, I've put Burnley. The reason why, because I do think Burnley, 1 year their luck will run out and Burnley will get relegated. But I think this year they've got too much know-how. I mean, and Saunders is a good manager. I don't think if Saunders steers for as long, he will eventually take them down. But this season, I think they'll have just about enough, and I think there's 3 or 4 worse teams than them, but they're always around that. And I think that 1 year they will run out and they'll get relegated if they don't start spending or doing something to it. 15th, I put the third newly promoted team, Brentford, the reason why, because I really like Brentford. They play some nice style of football and I think they've made some good signings. And I also think their squad is ready for the Premier League. They should have went up 2 years ago, really, but I think it's their time to take the Premier League by storm. I think Tony will have a big season and prove the doubters wrong and score goals and and I think Brentford will be fine and I don't think they'll be they might have to be looking over their shoulder at a certain point, but I don't think they'll be in a real relegation battle. So yeah, 14th up at Crystal Palace to rate Michael, I'll be honest. Before the signings I had them in the bottom three. But with their signings of Gallagher, Anderson, Gurney, Alexia from Reading, and they've still got Wilfred Zaha. And when Eddie comes back, I think they will have enough to stay in the Premier League. I do have my concerns over Patrick Vieira, whether he's good enough, but I think that squad will carry them just about and keep them in the Premier League, and I think they'll be fine. So yeah, 13th up of Brighton. The race mile, because obviously their XG is unbelievable, really, where they're the 8th best team, and but they're actually in relegation battle because they can't fit the chances. I do still think they need a striker, but it's a bit like Brentford. They play some good football, and I think if they get a striker, that XG will go up. But I think under Graham Potter, they're in safe hands, and I think they'll be fine, over relegation. So yeah, 12th I put Wolves. The reason why, because obviously Nuno isn't there anymore. and they've got a good manager, and with Raul Jimenez coming back, I think it'd be a big boost if he can like capture the form that he had when he was like before he got injured. What is a massive asset for him on Wednesday, but I think that it'll be mid-table, no more for Wolves. I don't think that they'll be like fighting for Europe really, but I also don't think they'll like really be sucked into relegation battles. So yeah, and I think it'll be a solid first season for their manager. So yeah, 11th I put Leeds. The reason why, because I don't necessarily think Leeds' squad is necessarily much better than teams like Crystal Palace, Brentford, Burnley, teams like that. But Marcelo Bielsa is the difference where Marcelo Bielsa will just be able to do enough to keep them in the Premier League. They'll play exciting football, they'll score lots of goals, they'll concede lots, and I think they'll be exciting to watch, and I do think they'll be fine. Like another mid-table finish, like slightly worse than last season, but I think that they'll be fine. So yeah. 10th this might be a bit of shock back at West Ham. The reason why is because West Ham obviously had a great season last season, finishing 6th, I think, where nobody expected them to finish there. But I think with Europa League football and stuff, some of their attention will be taken off the Premier League, and I do think that like with them like going Thursday and Sunday and stuff like that, like they'll find it hard for them. They haven't really made many times to lost Jesse Lingard, but I still think they should be fine for a top 10 finish. So yeah, ninth I put Everton. The race why because seeing what you want about Rafa Benitez, I personally do think he's good appointment for like Everton. I think that on the players, I don't think they've really did much. I think Townsend and Greer are two solid and unspectacular signings, if you like. And Beckford is obviously going to be back to Pickford, but I think that they've got some decent players there, like they've got Deeney, they've got Richarlison, they've got Godfrey, they've got Carl Lowell score goals this season. Pickford has great tournament, although I saw his mistake the other day. They've got Allen, they've got Rodriguez, and I personally do think that it'll be a solid first season for Everton with Rafa at the helm. So yeah, if I put Aston Villa, the reason why, yes, they've lost Jack Grealish, it's a massive blow. But if you saw what they did, it's great. Buendia ripped the championship up last season, was the best player in the championship by a mile. Leon Bailey, he was good for Bayern Leverkusen, I think he was last year. And Danny Ings, he is a proven Premier League goal scorer. And the smart thing about Villa is that they've built they bought the players before they had the greatest money, and where if they had the greatest money and they went out and signed them players, they would be adding another 5-10 million on it. But they did really well. I think if anything, they've got more depth for Grealish, like in their attacking area. Like if you look at their wingers, they've got El Ghazi, they've got Traore, they've got Bailey, they've got Buendia, they've got two good strikers, Watkins and Ings, and I think it is, and they've got Trans to be back, what's a good sign as well. And I think that it's still positive for Aston Villa, even without Jack Grealish, and I think that it might be of course Grealish was a great player, but might be a blessing in disguise that he did go. So yeah, 7th I put Tottenham. The reason why, because of course they've got Nuno now, and I think that he hasn't really been helped with the stuff with Harry Kane, refusing to go to training and stuff. It's good for them that Son signing a contract. I think it'd be good for them. But I think that this depends on what Keane does. I think if Keane stays, I can say them Fingerton there, and he'll probably do enough on his own to finish 7th. But if not, I would actually put Villa 7th and Tottenham here. But I don't really know what to think. They've made some decent time. The centre back from Atlanta, the Spanish winger, and I think they'll be fine. And they'll finish 7th, but it'll be pretty much a disappointing season for Tottenham. So yeah, 6th I put Arsenal. The reason why I could actually do what Mikel Arteta did, he signed some good players. I think Ben White would be a good sign for them. They've got Smith Rowe tied down to a new contract. They've still got Saka. I think Aubameyang will have a better season, and I do think Arsenal will have a better season on the whole. Like, and finish sixth. I just do not think they're good enough to break into them Champions League places again, but I think it'll be improvement for them. So yeah, fifth I've got Leicester. They always finish fifth. Let's be honest. They're the kind of team that will always like finish fifth and like will always bottle Champions League pretty much. But I think that that'll be a tough season still. Even when I said the things with them got the Europa League, I think he'll concentrate more on that. Have they made any chance? I don't know. I think Madison future, you don't know if he's going to go to Arsenal. Fafana is out for a while, but I still think their squad's good enough to finish fifth. So yeah, of course, just won the Community Shield against Man City on the Saturday. So yeah, fourth I put Chelsea. The reason why is because of course like they just won the Champions League, well, it was amazing, and Thomas Tuchel did an amazing job. It looks like they're getting Lukaku, or by the time this video will come out, they might have got Lukaku, but I think it'll be like a big sign for them. But the thing is, put a question mark is their defence. I like James and Chilwell before I go into it. Like, is that like centre half where who's going? Is they need a world class centre half where like Will Christensen, Rudiger, Thiago Silva the year older, they've let Tomori go. Where is there a world class centre half in that? To me, no, and I think they'll do well to get top four. Lukaku will score goals for them. Mount will do well, but I just do not think they're title contenders. If they get a centre back, I reckon between the top four is open to win the league. So yeah, third I put Man United. The reason why, because Man United have improved like massively with getting Sancho. I think it'll be a brilliant signing. Of course, look like Varane's coming on again, like the Lukaku one by the time the video goes up, it might already be confirmed. And I think Man United have definitely improved. Like the two positions they wanted, they went out and got. I think they'll both be brilliant signs. Cavani's, I think, still got another year of scoring goals. They've still got Bruno, what'll be good. Maguire and Rafael Varane will probably for maybe one of the best partnerships in the league. And I do think that Man United, whether they're going to be real title contenders or not, I don't know, but will do enough to finish in the top four. So yeah, second I put Liverpool. The reason why, because I don't think anyone could predict what happened last year with like Van Dijk being injured for pretty much the whole season, Gomez being injured, where I think that um and this season with them coming back, they'll be a lot stronger and they can like play Fabinho in midfield, who they've just got tied down to no contract. Henderson, who's injury prone a little bit, but like can go back into midfield and won't have to worry about playing centre back. They've signed that Chiari or whatever from who was at RB Leipzig. What I think if that happened again, they haven't left themselves to where they've got to play Williams and Phillips, if you get what I mean. With no disrespect, I thought Phillips did okay, but you get what I mean. And I think that Liverpool will have a better season than them than they did, but I just think they'll miss out on the title. So yeah, then first again, I think Manchester City will retain it. The reason why, because their squad is too good. They've obviously had a Jack Wales too, what for me is a brilliant signing. If that had Harry Kane to it, I think that will probably be one of the best, probably even the best Premier League squad in England assembled all together. If you get what I mean, like I know Bernardo Silva wants to leave and a couple of others, but I still do think Manchester City will retain the title. If you look at their attacking options, De Bruyne, Foden, Grealish, Sterling, Torres. Like I said, if Kane, they've got a world-class striker for me, and they've got great defenders in Diaz, Stones, Laporte, Edison in goal, and I personally just do think that obviously it's hard to retain back-to-back, but I think if any team can do it, it'll be Manchester City, and I think they will do it. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments if you're a Premier League fan. Am I right about your club? Am I totally wrong about your club? So yeah, that's the end of the video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, view, comment, and say yeah.